Hello and welcome to the Vietnam War 50th Anniversary Commemoration Virtual Event. I am the Missouri Veterans Commission Executive Director, retired Colonel Paul Kirchhoff. The Vietnam War Veterans Recognition Act of 2017 designates March 29th as the National Vietnam War Veterans Day. On this day, we take the time to celebrate and remember those who bravely served their country, including the more than 1,400 Missouri service members. At the Missouri Veterans Commission, we work to serve this population by helping them file claims for VA and state benefits, as well as providing long-term nursing care for veterans who need it. Additionally, as of 2021, there have been 7,256 Vietnam veterans interred in our cemeteries. The Commission works every day to best serve veterans across Missouri. As I think about my brothers and sisters in arms, I want to thank each of you for your service to our country. No matter the wartime era or how long ago you hung up your boots, readjusting to civilian life can present challenges that may seem insurmountable to many. The Missouri Veterans Commission has joined Governor Mike Parson in the challenge to prevent suicide among service members, veterans, and their families. In an effort to break the stigma of mental health and provide suicide prevention resources, we have created the Missouri Veterans Benefit and Resources Portal for veterans and military. The portal serves as a one-stop shop for veterans and their families to find resources that they may need, including mental health. Remember, you are not alone. Thank you for taking the time to help us recognize and celebrate the veterans of the Vietnam War. Today's ceremony will include a POW MIA recognition from Missouri Veterans Commission Chairman and Vietnam War veteran Kelly McClellan, a proclamation from Governor Parson, read by the Department of Public Safety Director Sandy Karsten, a Vietnam Veterans Penning Ceremony with Governor Mike Parson and Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe, and we'll conclude with remarks by Missouri dignitaries. Please join me for the presentation of the colors by the Missouri National Guard and the National Anthem performed by Jamie Talkin.
Detail. Halt. Left. Face. Present. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Port. Arms. Right. Face. Ready. Step.
Hello, my name is Kelly McClellan, and I serve as chairman of the Missouri Veterans Commission. As an Army Special Forces Vietnam veteran myself, this celebration holds a very special place in my heart. Today, I want to take the time to pay tribute to those veterans who never made it home. As you walk into any of our 7 veterans' homes, you will notice a table with a single place setting near the dining room. This table is reserved to honor service members missing from our ranks. prisoners of war, and missing in action, commonly referred to as POWs and MIAs. These individuals never made it home. The tradition of setting the table in their honor began after the Vietnam War, and the tradition is continued to this day. Each piece of the presentation has significance. The table, set for one, is small, symbolizing the fragility of one prisoner, alone against their oppressors. The round shape of the table shows our everlasting concern for these individuals. A white tablecloth is draped over the table to symbolize the purity of their motives when answering the call to serve. A single red rose signifies the blood they may have shed in sacrifice for their country and reminds us of the loved ones and friends who keep the faith alive while seeking answers. The yellow ribbon symbolizes our hope for their return and our determination to account for them. The slice of lemon reminds us of their bitter fate, captured, missing in a foreign land. A pinch of salt symbolizes the tears of our missing and their families who long for answers after decades of uncertainty. The candle is lit to reflect our hope for their return, alive or dead. The book of faith represents the strength gained through devotion to sustain us and those lost from our country. The glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share a toast. And the chair is empty. They are missing, but never forgotten. Please pause with me for a moment in silent prayer while we remember and honor the Vietnam veterans who were held captive and returned, as well as those who remain missing but never forgotten.
Hello, I'm Missouri Department of Public Safety Director Sandy Karsten, and I will be reading a proclamation from Governor Michael L. Parson. Whereas Missouri and our great nation owe a great debt to those valiant men and women who served our country in the armed forces, protecting our rights, our freedoms, our ideals, and our hopes. And whereas U.S. involvement in Vietnam started slowly with an initial deployment of advisors in the early 1950s, grew incrementally through the early 1960s, and expanded with the deployment of full combat units in July of 1965, continuing until the last U.S. personnel were evacuated from Vietnam in April 1975. And whereas, by presidential proclamation, the USA Vietnam Anniversary Commemoration through the United States Department of Defense will commemorate this 50th anniversary through November 11, 2025, as the Vietnam War period spanned multiple decades. And Whereas for the commemoration, November 1, 1955 to May 15, 1975, is the period being utilized to recognize the service and sacrifice of those who served on active duty in the U.S. Armed Forces, as November 1, 1955 coincided with the official designation of Military Assistance Advisory Group Vietnam, MAAGV, and May 15, 1975 marks the end of the battle precipitated by the seizure of the USS Mayaguez. And whereas of the more than 58,000 service members who made the ultimate sacrifice, over 1,400 were from Missouri, and 35 Missourians are among the 1,589 who remain missing in action. And whereas today there are approximately 6.4 million living Vietnam veterans in the nation, and over 151,000 call Missouri their home. And whereas today we do what should have been done 50 years ago. We thank and honor Vietnam veterans and their families for their service and sacrifice, making no distinction between veterans who served in country, in theater, or who were stationed elsewhere during the Vietnam War period, as all were called to serve and none could self-determine where they were stationed. Now, therefore, I, Michael L. Parson, Governor of the State of Missouri, do hereby recognize the Vietnam War 50th Anniversary Commemoration in recognition and tribute to Vietnam veterans and their families, and further encourage all Missourians to thank and honor Vietnam veterans and their families for their service and sacrifice. In testimony whereof, I have hereto set my hand and caused to be affixed the Great Seal of the State of Missouri in the city of Jefferson, this 17th day of December, 2021. Signed, Michael L. Parson, Governor. Thank you.
Well, welcome everybody today. It's a great honor for me to be the Governor of the State of Missouri, to show our respect and our honor to our veterans that have fought for us in this country, especially today when we're talking about Vietnam veterans, how much they mean to us and what the sacrifices they made. I think from a person that lived through that era and served my country in the United States Army, how much it really means to be a servant with a military background. I think one of the things I've always said, I would never be where I'm at today if I hadn't served my country as a veteran. And for the people that went overseas and fought the battles and sacrificed everything, and for the ones that never did make it back, we want to say just how much we really appreciate their service to this country. So it's a great honor today to be here, part of the pinning ceremony that we're going to be doing for these Vietnam veterans that are here today, and showing our respect for them. And on behalf of the entire state and the nation, we just want to talk about how much we appreciate them for the sacrifices they've made for people out here, to make us understand what the true meaning of freedom really is. And it's these men and women that sacrificed everything so all of us could be here today. So it's an honor to be part of this process today, and it's an honor to be the 57th Governor of the great state of Missouri. God bless you, God bless Missouri, and God bless the United States of America.
Well, hello, I'm Lieutenant Governor Mike Kehoe. On behalf of the Lieutenant Governor's Office, it is our honor and privilege to serve as a liaison to the Missouri Veterans Commission and veterans all across this state. You know, Missouri is about the 5th largest state for veterans in the Union, and that's because we know how to take care of our heroes. We love the men and women that have provided the freedom that we have and enjoy today. And especially today as we honor these Vietnam veterans. Welcome home. We all know that there were some tough times when our Vietnam veterans came home, and it's appropriate and proper to recognize those veterans all across our country, and here in the state of Missouri, where we like to call ourselves a show-me state. We want to show our gratitude for our veterans every day, especially this day with our Vietnam veterans. Thank you, and God bless.
On behalf of a grateful nation, I thank you for your service.
Don, on behalf of a grateful nation, I appreciate your service.
Bruce, on behalf of the grateful nation, we thank you for your service. Thank you, sir.
John, on behalf of the grateful nation, thank you for your service.
Gary, on behalf of the grateful nation, thank you for your service. Thank you, sir.
Bill, on behalf of the Proclamation, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Congresswoman Ann Wagner, representing Missouri's 2nd Congressional District. Today, on Vietnam War Veterans Day, we honor each and every one of you who served during the Vietnam War. As the daughter of a veteran and the mother of an Army Ranger, I know how much you and your families have sacrificed. And today, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Our nation has proudly endured because each generation of Americans has produced brave men and women who have stepped up to serve. We all owe you a debt of gratitude for your service to our country. May God bless you, and may your service and sacrifice never be forgotten. I thank you.